Hey everybody, this is April the 8th, Wednesday. It's day 20 since I've been home. I'm actually kicked back, relaxing in bed today a little bit, at least for this part of it. Um, Been an interesting day. Uh, you know, Got out and walked a little bit, which was nice. Keep some, do some exercise, which is good. Um, I think I'm going to do some pasta tonight. Probably nothing fancy, just cause. Uh, Watching TV tonight, I have no idea. Um, I know there's NXT wrestling, which I may watch a little bit of. There's AEW comes on tonight. Of course, we've got Disney Plus, so I'm probably gonna binge watch some of the Mandalorian. Shocker there. Um, it's just been an interesting day. I did earlier today. One thing I've been trying to keep up with and trying to just to do some different things and to expand, I guess, some of my own stuff. While I do a lot of cooking professionally, I don't do a whole lot of cooking at the house. So and I don't do a lot of the research maybe I probably should do. I used to have I got something to come up, I'll do some research, but I've been trying to just expand my mind in some other things. And one of the things I've really enjoyed and got a kick out of is watching the Cincinnati Zoo. They've got a daily safari thing, and it's I don't know that it's necessarily um, set up for adults per se. It's definitely kid friendly in some respects, but I am fascinated with their little baby hippo Fiona. Say she's a baby, she's what 3 years old now, something like that, and she's huge. But I can't explain um, the fascination I have with the hippo. But it's just, I mean, for those of you who are familiar with her story, she was born premature. In fact, most hippos are born in the water, and she wasn't. There's actually a video of when she was born, and it's like, whoa. And apparently it freaked everybody out with Cincinnati because, quite frankly, they didn't think she was going to live. And, she just turned 3 and back in January. But it's a fascinating story. They've got a great thing on YouTube about it. They've got a YouTube channel. They've also the thing they do the little safari is Facebook Live, and today was about the hippos, about Fiona and her mother Bibi. And I don't know what it is about the dang things, but I am fascinated by it. And for it to be a hippopotamus, I mean they are so stinking cute, especially Fiona because she's still a lot smaller than her mama, obviously. And even though she's probably what 1,500 pounds or something like that, she's still little compared to mama. So I've really, really enjoyed that. I don't, again, just part of my own weirdness, part of my own randomness. And I guess it's one of those things you kind of chalk it up to things you do, during when you're quarantined. Let's see. The short of the day is this is an old school, old Becky Lynch one. Love Becky Lynch. The hat today is Tabasco. Hold on. Oh, wrong side. Gotta rub a little Tabasco in your life. Um, no, they don't pay me for this. They ought to. But other things today is Disney Plus. We've got that. I'm going to probably start binge watching The Mandalorian. That's the one thing I'm most excited about. Also going to catch up on some of the. They've got a show called The Clone Wars, the final season, and Star Wars Resistance. I'm going to be interested to see what they've done with those. Um, did have a message with a question, and let me refer to my notes. So, I was asked about some sausages, and like, what's really the difference from a spice standpoint with your breakfast, your Italian, your andouilles, things like that. Most of your breakfast sausage, sage is of course one of the main ingredients because it's sausage. If you look at the name sage is in it. So that's a heavily influenced thing. When you get into the Italian sausages, you also get into some things such as, but not limited to. There'll usually be some parsley in there. Very usually you'll see some fennel, and in with the fennel you'll see a mix of things such as, but not limited to, oregano. You'll see some dried basil, sometimes even some fresh basil. You'll a lot of things that people think of as traditional quote unquote Italian seasoning. You'll see a lot of that in there as well, using some of that, those things. When you get into your andouille, tends to be it's the original andouille, what they call andouille sausage, is actually from France. And then what happens is, um, when a lot of your French immigrants came to the United States, and some of them started up in Canada. I tell you, I ought to probably do an episode on the difference in Cajun and Creole, which I'll probably do one of these days since I'll have the time. But anyway, some of the folks who migrated to the Arcadia part of what's now Canada, eastern Canada, were kicked out by the English. They ended up in southwest Louisiana and ended up becoming the Cajuns. Then you have the Creole population of New Orleans, which again has some French influence as well. Well, they were taking the general concept of the sausages that they made in France, and they were making it with the ingredients that they had, handy. With your andouilles, it is a very coarse ground sausage. It utilizes a lot of intestine. For those of you who are grossed out by it, sorry, but it is what it is. And like I said, when you guys ask the questions like this, I'm going to tend to answer. It's almost exclusively pork. You'll find that the spice, there's a little difference in the spice. The use of cayenne, for example, you'll usually see some onion and some things like that in it as well. I was asked even about Conecuh. Conecuh is it's a brand. Conecuh sausage is made in Conecuh County, Alabama. The town is called, I believe, Evergreen, Alabama. In fact, if you're going down the interstate from Montgomery to Mobile, you pass by it. You enter Conecuh County, and then there's the exit for Evergreen, and it's right there. I like Conecuh being here in Alabama. It's a good product. They use a lamb casing instead of a pork casing to stuff their sausage. It has a little different snap, which I think is a good thing. I was asked about some certain brands that I buy. Up here where I live, I don't have a lot of options. I tend to go with Conecuh, mainly because it's an Alabama product. I'm in Alabama, so that kind of makes sense. When I'm in Louisiana, when I lived there, when I lived in Gretna and worked in New Orleans, you couldn't find hardly Conecuh anywhere. A lot of times I would actually go with the Rouse's brand andouille. Rouse is a great grocery store. For those of you on the coast who know, y'all know. I know some folks down in Mobile use, is it Hall's sausage that you guys are using, smoked sausage a lot? Stuart Reb Donald, friend of mine, chef down in that area, is a big proponent of theirs. That's some good stuff. Gosh, I mean, for breakfast sausage, I usually buy Jimmy Dean, just because it's consistent. Italian sausage, I have a friend who makes Italian sausage here in the area. I will not shout him out because of who he works for, in order to kind of protect him a little bit there. So I'm not going to sit there and give that away. Sorry. But because he does it for friends, kind of a thing. It's not something to the public. But most of you will find that of your mass-produced product, I don't have a problem with the Johnsonville products. I find them to be very consistent. I'm not saying they're the best ever, but I'm saying I find them to be consistent. But 9 times out of 10, I'm going to buy Conecuh, just because that's, it's an Alabama product. I'm in Alabama. I feel like I should support local, and that's part of supporting local, to me. It's my opinion, for what it's worth. Other news and notes. A birthday shout out to the absolute greatest nephew ever. Andrew Tilley turns 9 today. That is my nephew, my brother Corey. For those of you who may know him, It's his son, his eldest son, my only nephew. So another reason he's the greatest nephew ever. But Andrew, I don't know if your mom and them are going to let you see this or when you get to see this, but I just want to say happy birthday, buddy. Next time I see you, I'll make some beignets for you because I know how much you love those. Um, miss you guys more than you know. Uh, so, Andrew, I just hope, like I said, you have a great birthday. I know all this quarantine stuff has probably got you a little not doing everything you wanted to do, but, hey, just know that you're loved and know that your Uncle Carl misses you. I think there's anything else today. Not a whole lot else going on. Like I said, probably going to do some Disney Plus tonight. For those of you who have Disney Plus, what else are y'all watching? Just out of curiosity, like I said, for me personally, I'm definitely going to be knocking out the Star Wars stuff first because that's kind of more my main interest. But I'm just curious. Those of you who have Disney Plus, what are you watching after I get done with The Mandalorian? After I get done with all the other Star Wars things that I haven't seen, which isn't a whole lot. But what are you guys watching on Disney Plus? Give me some ideas because I'm new to the format, so I'm trying to figure out exactly what to watch, how to watch all this. So um, anyway, guys, tomorrow. Oh, let's see. Tomorrow's Thursday. What am I doing tomorrow cooking wise? I don't know if I'm doing anything. But I tell you what, probably I'll do something in the kitchen sometime this week. I mean, here it is Wednesday, so I got a couple more days. Probably gonna do some grilling out a little later on the week. Might do some pork ribs, some country style pork ribs. So I might, that might be a good thing to kind of do, and maybe even show you guys how to make a couple of the sauces that I make, or at least tell you about them because some of them I've already made. Um, yeah, that'll be fun. I think maybe that we'll do later in the week. But yeah, I'll get you guys either in the kitchen or depending on weather permitting, of course, I'll get you out where my grill is and we'll go that way with it. But anyway, guys, thanks again. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Please comment. Again, ask questions. I need your guys' input. When you guys give me input, it's easier for me to do more content. I want to kind of make this something where you guys can understand it better. I think by the end of the time, however long this lasts, whether it be all of April and May and whatever it is, the fact is, I think I'm going to do something on one day on the difference between Cajun and Creole cuisine, because a lot of folks lump them all in together. That ought to be fun, actually. Of course, a couple of y'all out there who may have heard me give that little lecture before. Bless your hearts, you get to hear it again. And I'll tell you a funny story about that when we do that as well. One that Janet Tilley probably doesn't want me to tell, but she'll get over it. Anyway, thanks again, guys. Love y'all. Miss y'all. Miss seeing everybody. Like I said, please feel free to comment and send me questions. Again, you can send me via Messenger. Do it here on YouTube. Do it on Facebook. Whatever. If you got my text number, just text me one. Doesn't matter. Maybe I'll even talk to you guys about some of the crazy stuff I do, like Don't Fear the Reaper ice cream. That'd be a fun episode. Maybe to do Don't Fear the Reaper ice cream. Or at least teach you guys that. I don't know. A couple of y'all have tried it. A couple of y'all haven't. At the end of the day, I just want to do some stuff that's fun. So, again, guys, thanks again. Look forward to seeing you again. Again, happy birthday, Andrew. Your Uncle Carl loves you. Y'all be good.